Hello there. Before we begin today, I have a small request I want to make of you. Before you comment below or if you make a video response, all I ask is that you do not refer to the shooter by his name. The reason why I'm asking that of you is because it's very clear to me that how, how everything went down. He wants notoriety. So the best way that we can restore a sense of justice and of peace is to not give him that notoriety. So no, we will not be referring to him by his name. Now, of course, you can refer to him however you like. All I ask is that you don't refer to him by his name. Now, I have been doing research into this, trying to find an answer to the question I think we all have, why? And I found that he's graduated from the University of California, and up until last month, he was actually enrolled in the University of Colorado Denver PhD class for neuroscience. And that has given me an idea, a hypothesis, if you will, about him. Now, I'm not an expert, I just read a lot, but that means nothing, so this is just hearsay. But my idea is that he knew, and perhaps has always known, that he is different from other people. And perhaps the reason why he decided to specialize in neuroscience is precisely because he wants you to understand why he's different from other people. And it's very clear to me that, I mean, his favorite game is Guitar Hero. That's a happy game. So clearly, that he was different, if that in fact is even true, did not stop him from living a normal life, up until now, of course. And that leads into another idea that I have. There's been talk that he's been calling him himself the Joker, but that's not verifiable. No one's who in authority has actually come out and said, yeah, he's calling himself the Joker. No, that's just talk. But given my hypothesis, it actually makes sense that he would connect with the Joker. Now, the fact that he's connecting with a character is nothing really of concern when you think about it, because we connect with characters that have meaning to us, that we connect with in movies, in TV shows, and books all the time. So it's a fairly normal human thing to do, is connect with a character. And if my hypothesis is correct, then of course he would connect with the Joker. There's also talk that he might have been inspired by Bane. I disagree with that notion. And the reason why I agree with it is the reason why I think he had a gas mask on and was all armored up is simply because he wanted to be able to fulfill the task at hand. And it worked. And that's all he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to make a statement. He just wanted to be able to kill as many people as possible. And so he dressed accordingly. And the other thing I wanted to touch on before I go, the day's not even over yet, and people are already talking about how we need stricter gun laws, and that somehow if we just get rid of all guns, that there will be absolutely no crime. I understand that sentiment. Guns were used in this shooting. It's called a shooting. But no, serial killers and mass murderers have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years, and guns have not been around that long. I'm thinking of Jack the Ripper, a very familiar name to us all. He didn't use a gun, and yet he still killed 9 people. Should we ban anything that can be perceived as a weapon? No. If you really wanted to kill someone, there are potentially hundreds of ways that you could do it. So by getting rid of guns, while it really just gives you a false sense of security. So that's not actually going to do anything. Now, if you want to stop this kind of thing from happening, it's really simple. If you have kids, tell them you love them constantly, hug them, do things with them. If you have friends and family, do the same. It's almost cliche that would be the solution, but it's so true. If you look into developmental psychology, it's very true. you look into the histories of, mass murderers and serial killers, a lot of them had really, like, messed up childhood. That the number one way to reduce crime is not more gun laws. It's actually being kind to your neighbor, loving your neighbor, loving your family members and your friends, and being good to people. That is what actually, will stop this kind of thing from happening. Now, it's not 100% going to happen, because people are going to crack and they're going to do violent things. That's just humanity. That's one of the downsides to humanity. That will always be there. But we can actually reduce the numbers, I believe, by being good to each other. Now, if you wanted more information, I put links in the descriptions down below. Like this video if you liked it. Share it if you want to share it. Subscribe if you want more. It's simple. But, keep that in mind. Be good to each other. That's all I really have to say on this.